Alrighty then. So, bit of a vlog this one. Don't expect miracles video-wise, but talking about the plethora and Midi usage of it and ways around it. Well, in the plethora group, we've been talking about the gap or delay between switching boards. And today, using the Variax as a regular guitar with these flicks to move back and forth. I'm trying to explain this as best I can and see if we can rock. Now, what we've got here is, how can I explain this without it being too complicated? There's some weird, and by weird I'm talking positive things. What I've got here is a little stomp which is being used as a kind of MIDI controller with a screen so you can see what's going on. And I'm gonna stop this video and tap it together later so I can do this the other way around. Coming from the other direction, path is the guitar is going wireless to line 6 into the plethora, in mono, out of the plethora, into the big helix. And this is what you're actually hearing. It's a preset. And what I've done is I've stuck a simple delay on there. So that delay has trails on, and all it is doing is holding the music. So as I'm interrupting the boards, by swinging these around, how can I hold this and let you see it? As I'm swinging this, that number 9 represents the board number 9. So if I do that within an agreed amount of time, like quickly switching over, the trails in this nothing preset are covering the gap. And I'll turn this off to show you that. Hear that delay? So, no points for this. This is kind of Captain Obvious stuff, but I think most people that are going to have a plethora are going to have some other kind of delay. You're kind of getting it to do that, or you've got a model, or you've got something that with trails. So stick that on after it, and that's going to cover, camouflage the gap. Here's the interesting bit, though. And this is all just to show you. If you just connected a regular MIDI controller up, wired in there, it would do the same thing, I imagine. The board itself, the TC Electronic Plethora, I've got this set to have up to 25 boards. 18, from 19 to 25, these are all blanks. And then it wraps around to 1. So pay attention here. 1 to 25 are active. If I'm sending from here, anywhere from 1 to 25. So here I'm going from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 18 is blank, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It stays there. If I go beyond the assigned number of boards on here, nothing happens. So if this were an active helix, say, holding the boards, and I were to send a PC message here that was above their 25 or outside of the range of the boards in here, that would stay off, and this would give you different sounds. And that's kind of a super MacGyver hack, but here's something even more interesting. So swinging back to 15, if I jump hard from a board that's registered 15 to something like 30, so Wow. 38. That remains locked where it was. If I'm jumping outside of the range, I can still spin this around. Nothing's happening. And the Plethora is just sitting there. Swing back to 7. Now she's following. So maybe to get around the multi things, we're talking about the Midi on this getting updated sometime later, the end of summer. You just get lost in this thing. As you can see, I'm able to switch boards here without too much fuss, and it's holding the whole thing together. You can see this is still working. This program changes are coming up with numbers here, so program changes are working fine, and the board's just sitting there because it's outside of the range. Zip back, go to 18, 17, 16, and it catches up again and goes. So potentially, take the ideas of this. This is interesting. Obviously you don't need all this. You need some sort of MIDI device, even an app or something to send in. But if you're sending program numbers within the number of boards, it'll follow. If you're sending by jump, I think, program numbers outside the range, it will stay stuck there. It just simply sits off doing nothing. So maybe you can MacGyver this, and I would say if you have something with trails, a reverb, delay or something, that covers you, so you get some really interesting sounds. And I gotta tell you, the biggest problem with this damn Plethora is as soon as you start playing, you get totally lost in there. So let's call that TIG 2. Now, what was the other thing I wanted to show you? In a sec, I'll jump off and then jump back in. So the other weird thing, which is, when I say weird, I mean really cool. If you're on the Plethora and you've set up boards, the Plethora remembers the last thing that you've done. So if you're touching the board, let me flick this around, can't do it. One sec. Back again. Let's hope I've gotten all this recorded well. So the third thing, and this is interesting, if you turn stuff off and then move boards and move back, whatever the last thing you left on there remains like that. So that could be cool and all, but what if you're like forgetting where the board was? Say the board was set up like this, and you go and start mucking around with it, moving back and forth between boards and all that. It's going to remember the last save state. Come on, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't remember where it was, but that's the point. These lights are always going to come up in the last state that you left them in. Kill all that. Right. Swing over, swing back. Everything's dead, as it should be. The thing is, you leave it like that, and I don't know, you may have a particular board that you're switching to, and you want it to be set up a specific way. If you forget to do that, what you could do with the CCs that you have now is switch that board, and you could send 5 CCs out stating where these positions should be. If you get what I'm saying. Then mess with them all you want, switch between boards, switch back and forth. You could set this up so that when you load a board, you also load the foot switch positions. And on something that's real easy to do. In a regular MIDI controller, that's real easy to do. But you want a MIDI controller that allows you to stack commands to bring you back to that. So that's about it, really. And so, hoping this works. Now, if I can stick that in there. Get up, move around. So, haha. On the board now, I'm on board 12. Double tap. So with a bit of time, a bit of remoting, this demonstrates the point. Totally wireless, moving around. The delay over there on yonder helix covers everything. And I'm remotely switching the Plethora to give me all those goodies. So you should be able to do this with any regular MIDI controller. You want to be able to go up and down through PC, so you need some sort of PC scroll, or you can just plug in sequences where you're saying stick within the first X number of boards that you have. And then to get out of it quickly, jump beyond your first 25 into non-existent boards. And the Plethora should, in my opinion, remain exactly where it is, carry on doing stuff, but you can change the amps and normal helix effects or whatever you're using. You see what I mean about weird? I mean, wonderful weird. This is a really cool thing. But probably needs a bit of finessing and fiddling to check out. So on 16, jump to 17. With no board whatsoever. Food for thought. I just love this thing. I've really got to rebuild the board, but as you can see, discovering new stuff every day. And I think that's really cool. So I'm going to tie all this together. Like and subscribe to the channel if you dig this stuff. If you have ideas, let me know, because if the next update isn't coming until, I don't know, September or whatever end of summer means, you have time to play, and there are plenty of potential solutions to get really fun and cool things out of this board. I'm still utterly amazed by it. Board 17, board 16. Doing all this stuff to remote is because when I'm out traveling, pop on a pair of Waza Airs, boom, go hang out in the hammock, and there's my, that's my new MIDI pedal. 2 buttons, do everything. Which I think is cool. It's been a long time I've been working on that, but vlog this thing. So have a great Sunday, everybody. Isn't it cool? Check out the Mini Mad Scientist Club because you do all kinds of stuff like this. And I hope everyone's enjoying the Plethora group. Isn't that cool? Volume talking, simple stuff. Love it.